Hey guys, I'm Kayakis, and welcome back to Map, a game about maps, where today I just learned I can actually pin this island. And so I just happened to throw it over here on this X, this cross, and I got an achievement for it actually. Let's see, yeah, I can just throw this pin around here, kind of anywhere it looks like. What if I get this chest? Can we get this chest? Maybe. Is it closer to us? Oh. Oh, oh. I was hoping maybe it would give us something for it. Yeah, that's like spot on it. Anyway, let's continue on. Let's see what island we're on this time. Here we are. So, it's a big old island, or not island, big old building of sorts. Hi, Roo. They're finally gonna make up this time, are they? Wanted to apologize what I said. Apparently, it's okay to play pranks on people after all. No, it's not. Oh, good, you agree. But I find it hard to always be well behaved. I'm always getting in trouble at home, at school. I can't do anything right. Just wanted to find that stupid flower, but it's fake. Just like me. I wouldn't say that. It might not be able to grant wishes, but it doesn't it doesn't look particularly pretty, and well, it smells bad. But to the Raven people is very special and important. Good. It's important to the Raven people. You are important to us. You don't mind I'm a little sassy sometimes. I like that you say what you think. Breaks don't bother me. They're pretty funny. Who didn't... Wait. It was the Raven King who didn't put the island pieces on the map to test us, see? Thanks, everyone. Alright, we're all friends again now. Let's take a look at what this island has to hold. Hold up before we get into that. We have 2 chests to try to find, and it looks like some island pieces to try to put on. I don't suppose this part right here is on the map? I'm thinking not. I'm not sure what is on the map here, but don't know. Over here, perhaps? Ah, actually, I think we might be right there, so that might be spot on. So it's more closer to here. That's probably not exactly where it is. Let me head back and try to figure that out real quick. I mean, it's not too far off. Maybe there-ish. Close enough, really. Just gives us some way to orient it. But this is a pretty neat little kind of spot. I'm going to assume that's not a map. So it's not really much of an island as it is a big fortress, might be the word for it. Let's try to get to the top and see what this has for us. Alright, well, that didn't take quite as long. Looks like just probably a tip that you can patch in the holes in the ground. What was that? Nothing. Alright. I mean, I guess it's big, but it doesn't seem like there's a ton of stuff to look at. Go! Oh, man. Can I break this down? Yes, I can. I can get inside, looks like. A treasure map. Wherever that might be. I have no idea what I'm even looking at there. Anyhow. Not much to see in here. Alright, so we'll keep that in mind. Looks like a little, I don't know, almost like a toaster, kind of coin box, something. What is this? Is this the line? And so... Is this the cartographer? Is that what they're called? Is that what this thing is? Maybe. However, I don't think there's anywhere I can actually... Wait. Yeah, there's not much grass here. How can I dig? Oh, I wonder if I can get up there. Lots of stuff to look at. But this is basically what we're working with in terms of this. If I had to guess... Oh, maybe this is the line? Maybe that's the line. Maybe this is what we're working with. I have no idea. I see that. I see some stuff. I'm gonna break those stuff down and probably jump down and spend some more time looking around, exploring. There we go. Alright, just digging up right around here. Got a treasure chest. We found some kind of stone. So yeah, it was right on the side of this thing, like I kind of guessed it was. Wait, is this? Okay. I wasn't sure if that was dangerous waters or not. And as for the rice paddies, nah, rice paddies are safe. Alright, and time to keep looking around. Oh, and I found a piece of land, and I just figured, well, there's not much land on this map. I may as well start digging around. Figured these two posts look pretty good. Dug next to each of them, and well, got lucky. So I don't know where this treasure map is per se, but we found the treasure at least. So that's good. But yeah, I still plan on looking around. Some kind of purple miasma. I'm guessing we'll have to mark that at some point. But yeah, still just looking around, and I'll probably continue doing that. Alright, I found a parkour area here, and the goal is right over there. However, it doesn't look like there's much way for me to get from here to there, but I am able to walk on this stuff. So my thought is if I climb up to that roof, I might be able to glide over there. I'm not sure. Gonna give it a shot though. Alright, made it up to the roof here, and you can see that the platform there is still active. So if we get lucky, maybe we can get over there. I'm just seeing if there's any better spot for me to go towards. Alright, let's hope that I have enough glide here. I mean, I think we're doing pretty good. I don't think we're going to be losing too much altitude. Now, as long as I can time this correctly... Oh! Whew, nailed it. First try. It actually was that, though, but sweet. I don't know how many of those parkour things there are on this map, but that was the first one that we found. Right next to our dock there, too. So, alright. Probably check out this tower and then work on trying to complete our missions for this one, because, well, we kind of lucked into finding both of those two chests super early. Alright, well, I happened to find that the other map, which isn't much of a map, but if I had to guess, it's just saying straight down below should be another chest, which I guess we could verify just by dropping down somewhere. How do we drop down? I don't know. But yeah, that is, I can just already tell that is the spot. There you go, you can see the grassy area right there. Yeah, I don't know if I would have gotten that straight away without finding the chest first. But we've at least found the map. And I don't see anything else. That was actually what I was just kind of looking around, seeing if I couldn't find that map. Because, oh, well, how about that? Just because it feels bad being able to get the chest without actually finding the thing that leads us to the chest. But, alright, let's try to find where this missing piece goes. Because I have no idea currently where it should go. Maybe it's over here? Or up here. I don't know exactly how big this thing is. Alright, so I think I found the spot, and I think I was spot on with my guess. I think it's right up in here somewhere. So now just need to narrow down, probably using this thing, on how far it is. I'm not sure how far or how I'm going to go about measuring to what spot on here. But, I mean, the circle, or the landmark, should be right here. Yeah. So now it's just a matter of getting this thing narrowed down. Alright, still just taking a look here. Figured out the direction on which it is, so if the dock here is on the west edge, I believe... I don't know, I'm still trying to work this out. Maybe the dock's actually not even on the map here. I'm not entirely sure. But I was just working on trying to figure out this inner part on where this map is at, or this part of the map is at. Still figuring that part out too. Alright guys, so after quite a bit of thinking about it, I think I've finally figured out the orientation of the map. So we have our landmark there, and then we have a big old square here. You can see we have kind of this line that goes through here. It also goes all the way over to the other side, continues all the way over. And then we have another one here, which goes all the way down. And can you see the one on this side? Not really, but there is one. So basically this map is quartered. And if we open up our map, we can see we have this here. And so if we come over here, we have a big old square here. Let me just kind of draw it out rough for you guys. Kind of a big old square right here, give or take. And then this is that island that has the map on it. Or not, well, I guess it is kind of a map. This thing right here. So, oh, I lost my pen. So there's that kind of map. I guess it goes off to the sides there. Alright, so which means our dock actually is not here, but it instead is somewhere over here. Not on here, but I'm pretty sure that means that this thing is where our dock is attached to, wherever that is. I believe that is what we are figuring out. So it's just a matter of, now that I figured out the orientation, because I was trying to figure that out with the knowledge of our dock being over here. However, it just was not jiving. But now that I actually have this thing figured out, where this is that center part, and then, yeah, the dock is over there, everything now makes sense. So we should be able to figure this part out pretty easily now. Alright, it took quite a bit longer than I care to admit I think I got it figured out here. So what I did was, there's a tower on this side of the map, which I believe is in the exact same spot as the landmark on that side. So that's this tower right here. And so then I worked on mapping that out, and because this line, this edge, doesn't go all the way to the middle, that's why there's a bit of a discrepancy between the thickness here and the thickness here. Because I don't think it's actually fully mirrored, even though that would be nice if it were. Because it looks like this is right on the crosshair, and that would have made that right on the crosshair, but it just kind of threw everything off by like half a step or something like that. But that being said, so then I figured out this is basically the edge right here. So the edge of this platform, and then I figured out how far up over here we had to go. It was like 13 steps or something like that. And then over to basically this corner here, which is right here, that intersection. So we bring this platform right up in here. And what I'm going to say is, if this is off, then maybe this was supposed to be in the center and I need to shift it over just a little bit, but I think we should be pretty close. Let's see. Yeah, we are off by ever so slightly. Would that have changed if I scooted over a little bit? I think so. So maybe it was supposed to be in the center and, I don't know, something got changed or shifted ever so slightly. But that's good enough for me on calling that a win. Mark the stone with the motif of a raven chopping wood. Alright, I'm not entirely sure where that should be or is, so let's go and try to figure out where that is. I guess we could put this down. I think it's right about here. So now we have our dock actually marked out. Let's go find that raven chopping wood. Alright, I believe this is it. If I remember correctly, this was actually buried underneath a couple of platforms earlier on. And so our dock is right over there. And yeah, there's a tower, so might not be too difficult to figure out how far this is, considering we already have this line here on where this is. So just kind of measure down and over and all that other stuff, and we'll probably be pretty well set. Alright, and then figuring out all those steps, I believe just coming down here and slightly over, this should be pretty darn close to what we're looking for. Let's find out. We are good. Yeah, right on top, like dead center. Love to see it. All right, what else is next? We have mark the tree growing on the second floor. And is this the last of them? Looks like it. The tree growing on the second floor. I don't recall seeing that off the top of my head. I guess there is one. Let's go see where that is. All right. So it's this part with the what is this called? Cartoglyph? I believe that's where we are trying to get to. Uh-oh. No, let me out. Let me out. Oh, okay. I was about to say I thought I was stuck, but no, we managed to get out. All right. I'm not entirely sure. I think it might be in the center. No, it's just off center because I believe this corridor here is center. Yep. So it's just off center, but we should hopefully be able to measure. Where's this tree at? Here? Not quite. But yeah, we can figure out how far off center it is and then hopefully figure out how far off, well, center it is from the other way. And hopefully that'll work. Alright, and once again, I believe this is the spot. Just measured over from the center line here and up from the center line here. And that brings us over to this point. Let's see. Yeah. I'm thinking this is pretty close to the center line. From my best guess, it's kind of looking like it. So I think that'll at least get us pretty close. And then, yeah, that takes us straight to the tree. So let's go ahead, come in here, and see how close we actually got. Confirm position. We got way off, actually. Oh, you know what? Yeah. We went on the wrong side of this thing. If the tree was on the other side of this half, we would have nailed it. But no, I went onto the wrong side. So let's try that one again. So instead, yeah, I went on this side. I should be on this other side. So just translate that on over. So what we should do is take, I believe it was 2 and something. 2.5 maybe. But we'll take that line, bring it all the way in together. 1.5. Yeah, that actually does ring a bell. So let's bring this over and do it to be 3 steps. Good. So basically just double it, and that should bring us right to the point in which we want to be at. There we go. That should be it. So we just put that right there and confirm. And yes, much better this time. Not that you can really tell, but there it is. Nice. Good enough to live with. It's good you found the cartoglyph. Based on my research, I think the Raven King has hidden more maps around here. Let's see, the cartoglyph have to say. Yes. Hidden treasure here, 22 steps from the tower, and 14 steps from the wood chopping raven. Alright, now we gotta try to find some treasure. 22 steps from the tower, and the raven. Alright, but that doesn't necessarily tell us where exactly, whether it's 22 steps out that way or 22 that way. So I'll tell you what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna cheese it a little bit. What I'm going to do is go 22 steps, 22 steps out that way and see what I can do. 22 steps out this way, huh? Yeah, let's see. Actually, I gotta go past the wall, I believe, if I'm wanting to go all the way out 22 steps. But this will get me a good ways. So that's about 12.5, huh? Alright, so I need to go 22, 11.5 then? Alright. So another 11.5 steps. Oh, am I gonna get wet? Just about right on the edge here. Then 14 steps out, so let's just grab our shovel. I'm guessing there's actually a little dark spot here. What are the odds it's right there? No. But I'm thinking we are right in the area. Might just dig around a little bit, see what we get. Hopefully, I'm 14 steps out from the Raven chopping wood. Yeah, I mean, I feel like might be right in this line. Alright, give me a second. Alright, so I was digging around on the other side over there, and I didn't find anything, even though I measured out on both directions. So I'm thinking it's actually going to be over here. And I mean, 14 steps from the Raven could be even towards me here now. So right about in here. So right about in here. So actually we have a use for these poles for once. Just kind of tells us this is how far out we should be. So maybe if I put one right on top of me, that'll give us alignment, and we can actually walk through these, which is pretty nice. So just need to figure out where 14 steps is in relation to that crow. I guess the raven. I hope it's not back there. Could be. Hope not. But I guess we'll try going on either side. Alright, measured out 14 steps this way. Let's just see if I can't eyeball the correct location on where we are supposed to be at. I think it's a little island just over here. Do I have enough platforms to do this trip? 2. Probably not, to be fair. Well, let's give it a shot. Alright, after messing around for a little bit and having no success, I determined it can be in one of 2 locations. Basically almost straight out from the Ravenstone over this way, or over this way, which is almost right in line with the center of the map there. So I'm thinking it's probably over on this side. Let's go ahead and give that a little gander and see what we can't find. If there's any piece of land out over here. There is. No, that's rice paddy. What are we looking for? I'm guessing we're not digging up rice paddy, but here's the center of the map. It would be like, yeah, right here. So I don't think it's here, unless it's up above. I wonder if there's any diggable spots up above, actually. Alright, so I think this might be the location, give or take. Yes. That took a lot of effort, but we finally were able to find whatever this is. I guess we'll figure that out on the next map. But looking at this map here, yes, we got all the treasure chests and we got the parkour. So this next one has 3 chests and 3 parkour. Alright, and we finally reached the mountains. Oh my gosh, I think we broke Bite. Yeah, something's going on with her. I'm afraid so. Last time it happened, calculation in our textbook. How do we restart her? New flying lessons. Trampolines. Yeah, sure. I think Bite is more animals. Fox. Perhaps the compass can show us a way. I don't know. Should cuddle a fox. She's made of metal. Alright, we got a new tool. And we can also build trampolines. Alright. Mark the fox den. Ah, so now down in the bottom corner here we have a compass. So we can always tell which way is north. Which will be handy. What is that blue thing? Is this my binocular? What is that blue thing? Oh, it's mushrooms. I also forgot that I had this telescope and that it told me how far things were. This might have come in handy last map. Not sure. I mean, I don't think the last map did necessarily too wrong. Wasn't too bad. Alright, let's see if we can't find this little thing on my map. I'm thinking it might be that thing. Immediately thinking. Let's see. So it's probably up in the northeast corner. So yeah, I'm thinking it's probably exactly that. And it's going more east than north. So take this thing, throw it here, rotate it so it's facing more east than north. That's probably good enough right there. So now we gotta find a fox den. But this is the island. It's supposed to be all mountainy. I like this more. Oh look, a fox. Hello. I imagine we're close to a fox den then. Maybe not. Ooh, the end of a parkour challenge. Now we just gotta find the beginning. Oh, a geyser? That's fun. Take me. Yes. And the beginning of a parkour challenge. Nice. Oh, didn't know I still had that. Wow. This is a pretty cool place here. Definitely are probably needing to get a more bird's eye view considering they gave me both a trampoline and they have these little geysers that shoot you into the air. But yeah, so this map, there's 3 parkour challenges. Let's see. That one might go to that one. I'm not sure how I would go about. Can I see? No. What counts as the ground? Does this count as the ground? Oh, interestingly enough, it does not. Which means probably... Hold on. Go this way? And then what? That is the question. And then what? No! I wonder if I'm supposed to do that. Is there an endpoint over here? Oh. Alright, let's do that again. Alright, one more time. Let's give this a go. Try to take my time perhaps on these statues. Since sprint jumping didn't seem to... Oh, man. Thing is, we're too far away to even see if that's the end point for this one, or if that's not even where we're supposed to be going. Alright. One more go. Go. Stop. Go. Stop. No! Alright, hold on. Alright, we finally made it over. Now to absolutely biff it. Alright. Well, there goes my whole plan. Oh, I am distraught. Downtrodden. No one has known a greater sorrow than I this day. Alright, well, let's see if I can't do this right here, right now. Nope, alright. And here we are, finally at the end point. I made it. I just couldn't do it on camera because, you know, that's how things go, I guess. Alright, but I still haven't found the fox hole, fox den. But, yeah, just kind of taking things in. Still looking around. I mean, at least we have clean water. That's a plus. As far as this goes, I don't know. I feel like there's probably a treasure out here somewhere. Oh, hello there. That is something. That is something. Well, I found a map. Don't know where that goes. I'll take another look around. All right, so I'm thinking that map is these roads, and that might just be here. No, so it's probably another intersection to some of these. This looks suspicious. Nope. Never mind. Not suspicious at all. Can I break this down? Because that would be ideal. Maybe here might be where the map is pointing to. No, but I'm pretty sure it is an intersection, so I'm going to keep looking around and finding, or trying to find something. I found this. That might be the box den. Alright, one objective down, more to go. Alright, and all the way up at the top of a building, I found another map, in which I'm not completely sure. It looks like a couple of bridges. Here, let me get my pointer out. Couple bridges, one there, one there. I'm not entirely sure what those are, but again, I think these are some paths. Which, I mean, this path right here kind of looks like the this and that. Kind of looks like the first map. But I'm guessing it's right in here. And that, well, something is around here somewhere. I just have no idea. Alright, so I believe I got this thing figured out. So this corner right here, I believe is right there. And so then if I'm looking at it like that, then maybe this could be one of the intersections for that map. And then this corner would be behind this mountain there, right back there. So hopefully I might be able to find two treasures in one right here. If I get lucky. Right here? Yes. So we got... Oh. We got a fox. And then, right here, looks like another map actually. Okay. It says 7. I'm not sure what that means. We'll keep that one in mind. Maybe it means 7 steps to the north. Which way is north? That way. 7 steps north. That could be. Alright. But let's go check out this other corner. And see if this right here has a treasure. Nice. A pine tree. Alright. I'm gonna go try to get 7 steps north from this spot here. Wherever it may be. Alright, so multiple things here. I found the start to a parkour. I remember seeing up there where the, I guess that statue kind of thing is. That's an endpoint. So it looks like I just jump here, use these to glide all the way over there. Easy peasy. And then I believe this mountain right here in front of me is the one where the 7 steps are pointing to. So I got a couple of options. I think the first option I'm going to do is, I guess, this challenge. Let's see how I do. Thing is, once you take one of those, it really shoots you downward. And that's not ideal. Come on. Yeah, it really shoots you downward. There we go. So right in here, yeah, you can see right there. We just kind of get ourselves directly south with it. Then probably right around in here should be, hopefully, a treasure. Yeah, that is directly south now. Unless it's pointing us in that direction and not saying to go north. Because I'm not actually sure if I'm 7 steps from it or not. I just thought I'd come up here, go north, and give it a shot. Alright, we'll change the game plan a little bit. Alright. So it was in the direction that it was pointing. So this is 7 steps. I mean, basically northwest-ish? Southwest? I don't know. But yeah. So it was pointing over in that direction. Not to go north, but to go in the direction that it was pointing. So now let's get back up here and try this parkour thing again. I have a new plan. Hopefully it works. Take this and then you reactivate. Because if it's sending you down, if you reactivate, then hopefully it's not going to do that. And it looks like that worked out splendidly. Alright, so that's 2 parkours down, and I think... Oh, all 3 chests, actually. I remembered incorrectly. So, we just have 1 more parkour, and then all these missions to do. Alright, I found the last parkour here. And the end is right... Can we see it here? I think it's right there. Yeah, actually, you can see the red pillar. So yeah, it's about 19 steps away, I think. Now, how do I go about getting there? Because I'm pretty sure... Yeah, that counts as ground. Does this count as ground? Ooh, the rock does not count as ground. So maybe if I jump to this rock... And then I should, if I am good enough, come over here. Oh, this is going to be difficult getting behind this tree. Oh, wait, no. Can I go backwards? No. Oh, that almost actually worked out. All right, back at the entrance. Let's give this another go. So glide on over to this one. And then we come over to this one. We get ready to come up, re-up on our glide, and nailed it. Perfect. Alright, now we gotta locate this fox den. And, I mean, yeah, I've been kind of all over the island. Unless there's a landmark in the trees here, I haven't noticed anything. I really haven't looked over in that spot at all. Although I do see some platforms, and that building's all boarded up as well. So maybe I'll go explore that stuff real quick before hopping into this. Well, guys, I think this truly is a sign that a great pirate has been here. Because I found in here none other than a jar of dirt. So yes, I think that's obvious that a great pirate has indeed been here. A great infamous pirate. Other than that, I don't know. Haven't seen anything here. I'm gonna try to break that one thing and hopefully get a move on things. So I was just taking another look at the map, and I happened to notice it did give us a compass. However, there is something missing from here, and that would be grid lines. I don't have any grid lines now. And also, it looks like our compass, I think, might go a little further, or it just might be zoomed out a little bit, I guess is what I'm trying to say. But yeah, we don't have grid lines, which is difficult, to say the least. But I'm trying to find a good vantage point on where I might be able to scope out where this point of interest is. Alright, and now trying to figure it out from right here on this little post. I have it marked out there. So we gotta have it a distance away there. So I mean, maybe that's what the flags are for. It gives you actually something to measure off of. Because originally I was going off of this tree, but you can see there is a difference between the tree and that post. And then what I did was I tried to use my compass and see that I'm going slightly more north than northwest. So if I come into my compass here, I lined up this angle here, right there, so slightly more north than northwest, brings me to right about in there. So I'm hoping this will be pretty close. We'll actually bring it in just slightly because this is at 15.5, not that 15.2. Let's see how we are looking on this. Ooh, half a step, but still 3 stars. So how are we? Okay, I think I just got the angle wrong because northwest is over here. So I think I had to go north just a little bit more and we would have had it. It's hard to get the directions exactly right. Or the, yeah, I guess directions. But there we go. Let's continue on. What do we have to do now? Wrong, 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 wrong. Don't understand the world. Playing pranks is now considered right, and pointing out someone's mistakes is wrong. Well, not that simple. Not everything is black and white. Not every prank is right. If it's harmless, no one got hurt, then it's not wrong either. Just look at the Raven people. They stole from each other. That definitely wasn't right. Matter of survival. Could have been wrong. Gray area. Like how we used the Raven King's lost treasure? Yes. But how about this? Once we find the big treasure, we'll take all the treasures to the museum so everyone can enjoy them. Who knows? Researchers might do. I think so. Great. Please write on the map what we're looking for next. Alright, finally. Red circle of mushrooms, we saw that already. Place the following house. Okay. And mark the tallest monument. By monument, do you mean that thing? Probably. Alright, let's go for, I don't know, this red circle of mushrooms, maybe, perhaps. It's going to be difficult because we don't really have any landmarks to go off of. I mean, yeah, we have the fox den now, but that doesn't exactly help us because it's not necessarily a tall landmark that we can use to mark out other things. Alright, so I ended up trying to piece together a bit of a map and path. So what I did was, do I still have this out? Yes. I went to that one and I tried to figure out this starting spot to the fox den. And then I went from that one to this one. And then I went from this one to the circle right down there, and hopefully, if I did that right, this should be about where it should be. It's going to be close. I would actually be surprised if I get this on the first try here. But let's see how close we actually ended up getting. I mean, that's not that bad, actually. 2 stars, considering what happened, or what I did. So we need to go that direction. Well, we need to go that direction, towards the tree, really. Okay. So we're going to try that again. And towards that tree is northeast, basically. So we need to go northeast almost 2 steps. So, northeast, almost 2 steps. Well, that's about 1. We'll give it a shot right about there. Hopefully that's pretty close. Yes. Alright, not bad. Well, we at least have this now marked out where it should go. Because it should... Hold on, I'm curious. I thought it might add something to the map, but maybe not. Alright, what? Oh, I was gonna say, what's the next thing? A house? Or we could try marking the tallest monument. So the thing about marking the tallest monument, which I think is this thing, it says it's 29.5 meters or feet away. But then if I go and try to measure out more of a straight path, hold on. Try to get it so this geyser is in the way. So let's see, 30.8 from the top, but if I go down on the same thing, 25.9. So it doesn't account for elevation, which, I mean, it makes sense. But that's going to be a difficult part to this, is trying to figure out the elevation and well, how to properly get that sorted out. I'm not sure as of yet. Well, I'm pretty sure I found the house. I believe it is this one right here. I was looking at it. It runs northeast to southwest, and if I were to pull open this one, you can see, put it right here, northeast to southwest. I'm pretty sure that's exactly the one that we're looking for right here. I have no idea where we're at on the map, per se, but I think we're right around in that area. So I think that's the right house. All right. And scaffolding over this thing and everything. You can see it's very structurally sound, but I think maybe, just maybe, this is pretty close to where that house should be. Let's see what we think. I mean, it's not bad. We need to... So it looks like our angle was off yet again. I think distance we're spot on, but the angle is bad, so we need to go... Let's see. It was northeast, so we need to go more east, I think. Alright. Let's try that again. Come into here. And I guess, well, we scoot it a little more east. That way? We'll give that a shot there. Let's see how that does. I mean, it looks like we're inside of the building. Yeah. That's pretty good. Alright. So, we'll continue with that. So, I mean, we at least have the building now. Now we need to mark the tallest monument, which is going to be difficult, as I was saying, because we need to do stuff to mark out the height difference and everything. So I'm thinking what we'll do is, for starters, break down my scaffold here. Break that down. Good. And we know where this house is. So if I go from this corner of the house, which looks like it's actually missing, but if I go from this corner to the house to, let's say, that corner of that building, count out these steps. And we are at, I don't know, 6.5 maybe. And that is in, what direction did I go? Let's see, what direction did I go here? almost straight southwest. Alright, so let's measure out 6.5 steps. So 6.5, right about there. Alright, and we went from this corner, which is not well shown on here, and we went, hold on, southwest. So let's get this lined up right in the middle. Bring this to be southwest. Good. And basically that's what I was doing to try to get all this other stuff figured out. So that should be pretty good. What I'm going to do is just verify, stand on this corner here, and then look. Let me get my telescope out. Alright, so it's not actually pure southwest. It's more west. It's in the middle, basically, between southwest and west-southwest. So yeah, my angle is definitely off. I'm going to, let's see, erase this. That way that doesn't cause us any confusion. And there, so I said what? It was in the middle of west. So we're in the center here, so now we go to the middle towards the west. That should be it. Which, as you can see, that changed it by quite a bit actually. So we get that right on the corner. Hope that's actually accurate. And that should be the corner of that building. So now I just need to get up to that building. Alright, so up on the corner of this building, now I am pretty much right in line with this thing. So there won't be too much of a difference. Yes, there'll be a little bit of a difference, but there won't be too much of a difference between, yeah, this thing, which it's basically 11.5. So we'll say maybe 11.25, just the height difference and everything. And then looking at the angle, we're pretty close to that southwest mark, but we'll focus on 11.5 right now. So let's get that marked out. All right, got that 11, and I went more like a quarter, a third. And then let's throw this thing right in the middle here. Good. And I'm pretty sure we were looking more in the southwest direction, so let's get that in southwest, and let's take another look here. I should be, yeah, still spot on. So just looking at the compass, we are slightly more south than southwest. Alright, just trying to memorize that angle as I come in here. It's more, probably something like that, I would think. So then we just line these up now. Right about like that, I think. Draw a line, and hopefully, this is looking pretty good. Let's give her a go. Well, that's not that bad, actually. Looks like we need to go... I think we need to go a bit further out, and we need to fix the angle a bit, I think. Because, let's see... Yeah, so we need to go a little further out and fix the angle. Let's hit try again. So we were over on this side of it, which is more southwest, so we need to go more south than what we did. And just further out in general. So, we need to go further south and further out by one step, right about there, I'd like to say. Nice. Within half a foot. Half a step, I guess. Alright, that is pretty good. And is there going to be more for this island? No, there's not. But I think maybe we'll be able to finish this out next episode. I'm not sure. Maybe there's going to be 4 more. 1, 2, 3, 4 is my guess. Yeah, that's going to be my guess. So maybe 2 more episodes on this, but that's going to be where we end up leaving this episode off on. Yeah, pretty sad that we're losing our grid lines. Those are very, very handy. But if you guys enjoyed this video, please give it a like. Also consider subscribing. That would greatly help me out. And until next time, I'll see you guys later. So goodbye.